Thank you, Omar Khalif, and I'm running for the school board. First of all, I've put in thousands of hours of volunteer time at my children's school, which is Dr. George Washington Carver, GRD when it was a dream school, and also 21st Century, now Willie Brown. I'm currently a board member, a board of trustees for Gateway High School. I have 4 children who's all graduated out of Dr. George Washington Carver. And I'm primarily running again at the behest, no, not at the behest, I'm running again to fulfill my civic obligation and duty to my community, because a lot of people will get in the race and have gotten in the race talking about closing the achievement gap. But I think if we focus on class and opportunity, we'll have a better chance of closing the achievement gap, because that's not what's being focused on. A lot of people, again, are speaking about it, but it's just conversation. So to speak for those voices who have been disenfranchised from the system for the last 100 and so years, not that I'm running as a panacea to kind of cure all of these things, but just to bring a different eye and a different ear to the conversation. Because again, if we allow parents to have a choice in not only school choice, but program choice, I think we have a better chance of getting our goals met, because everybody has the opportunity to buy into the system. So, and this is how we have to do this in order to stop the social promotion, because if we look at what's happening with the social promotion, it's the same thing that happened in the housing crisis when we started all of these subprime loans, and then people can't figure it out and they walk out of the school. Well, it's the same thing that happened in our schools. You know, kids can't handle the curriculum because they don't know, because it was given to them, then they turn around and walk out at 13, increasing our truancy rate and our dropout rate. So for those are some of the reasons why I'm running. Again, I have a myriad of ideas and, again, contacts that we can. Not only do I support neighborhood schools, I'm an advocate for it. So, but my thing is, if we look at neighborhood schools and also curriculum choice, if the parents are, again, if they have the choice of the schools or the curriculum, because like all of my children went to school with a mile or less within my house, and I refuse to send my kids to across town to go to school. Like I said, they all went to schools in my neighborhood, GRD, Dr. George Washington Carver, and Willie Brown 21st Century Academy. And now 2 of my daughters one is at KIPP Bayview Academy, and the other one graduated last year. She got a scholarship to Crystal Springs Upland. So again, if I look at the people in my neighborhood and I value them, and we begin to value people and value the research and the teachers, then we can get to, like what you're saying, everybody has quality and value, and I think we need to tap into the full potential of the teachers and the administration and give them the supports that they need. Because again, to tell me that one human being has more value than the other, and I think that's just honorable. So I would work very hard to reassign or restructure our assignment process, because again, with 4 daughters, I had 42 chances to get a school of my choice, and not one time did I ever get a school that I had even written on the paper. So I think the whole system needs to be overhauled. I'll start. The way we can address that again, if I have the opportunity to buy into my neighborhood school as a community, as a person, and if we think in safety and security of the children, and we know that our child is not going to be socially promoted to the next grade, because again, we have this handout society. So if a parent knows going into kindergarten that his or her child is not going to get promoted to the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade if they cannot read or write and have a basic hand on the curriculum, then the parent now knows that they have to really get involved in their child's education. And then that way you can begin to build the support groups and moving the kids through, because there are systems that are out there that are currently working, but a lot of people don't take the time to focus on it. There are a lot of parents in the African American community that really are involved in their children's lives, but we always focus on the negative aspect of it. And frankly, I don't think the numbers are not high enough to say that there's a disparity or not. There's not enough African Americans even taking the test to compete with everybody else. Thousands versus a couple of hundred. That's just a misnomer. So, but there are groups that are out there, and like Sandra said, we created family groups, and we went out and talked to a lot of groups, and I think the testing and all of these things are not more important than safety and security. And so that way, we build the cluster of schools in the communities and the neighborhoods, we can get back to that point, because it becomes about cultural pride and just pride, period. And a lot of people just don't have pride, because if you're telling me where to send my child, then you deal with it. But if I take the responsibility on myself to send my child to that school, then it's my responsibility to get in and do whatever I can to make it work. Which is again why I took my kids out of AP Gen 8 and brought them back to the Southeast, and I was at every last one of my children's schools, and parents begin to rally around that. So I get calls all the time, like, wherever your kids are going, mine are going. You know, we're following you, so. And so if we get back to that point and just eliminate all of the negative connotations, because if you're telling the person that you have no value coming in, and then 12 years you still have no value, then what's the need me getting off the couch and being motivated to do anything? So.